Drivers in Bayfield County may encounter road construction beginning today, and Duluth students have a chance to learn more about bike safety tomorrow. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Superior tonight, where they are looking for performers this summer. The second annual Make Music Superior Day will be held on Wednesday, June 21st. Last year, there was 18 concerts across town, and organizers are hoping to have even more this year. Already lined up is paddleboard performances with North Shore Sup, an instrument drive, and flower pot music at 6 town parks. Those interested in taking part have until June 20th to sign up. We'll have more information on Make Music Superior Day on our website, northernnewsnow.com. And next we head to Bayfield County, Wisconsin, where construction began today on Wisconsin Highway 27. The Ounce River Bridge was built nearly 70 years ago and is past its service life. Work began today to remove and replace the bridge, and it's expected to be completed by the end of July. Crews will replace the bridge, pavement, and guardrails. Drivers will not see a detour, but the road will be down to 1 lane and controlled with a traffic signal. And we wrap up in Duluth with a reminder about this week's bike rodeo. Congdon Park Elementary School is hosting the event tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. Kids and their parents from any school are invited to bring their bikes and helmets to the family fun event. There will be an obstacle course and maintenance clinic for students to test out their bikes. Parents can also get advice on safety and quick fixes. Additionally, there will be a free helmet giveaway, a raffle for a bike, food trucks, and more. And as always, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured. So we take you around the Northland, city by city.